And we decided this method because it was fast, relatively safe. We thought it was the best way to minimize the fugitive emissions, dust particles from the site. So after evaluating all the possible options, we thought that this was the best way to go.
How do you think it went?
Well, for Iowa's, it went very well. I was at the ground level, making sure that as the building fell down, you didn't have, I was at the ground level making sure that as the building fell down that you didn't have any reactions going on or anything that would require to send in the fire department to put out any kind of reactions that might be occurring.
You mean like a fire? Or?
Yeah. So from the ground level, it looked great. The initial readings that I have from the perimeter, from a visible standpoint, it appears that the fugitive emissions, the dust particles, left our immediate spray area, but enough moisture had gotten in there that apparently it dissipated pretty quickly. Initial readings that we have from a visible standpoint say that we did a pretty good job with suppressing the dust. My understanding is that if we had not spent the time to wet the building down beforehand, we would have had a more serious situation. But we spent the better part of today and a good part of yesterday Friday, in our mist attempt, weighting the structure down on the inside to make sure that as it fell, a lot of the chemicals that were inside would be moistened. Most of the brick it's very hard to moisten the interior of the brick. So as the structure falls down, you have a lot of the brick falling apart and crushing. So a lot of the dust that may be visible was of a reddish hue, which we feel for the most part was brick dust, and unfortunately unavoidable. But my understanding is, again, from initial observations from the perimeter, that we still did a pretty good job of suppressing those emissions.
What type of contaminants were expected from that building?
There were several kinds of contaminants within the building. The most serious of them was carbon disulfide. Also had the organic compounds dimethylamine and phenol. We also had a caustic soda solution, sodium hydroxide, and basically a lot of corrosion products. Steel is corroded very poorly, so you have a lot of the degradation of steel. You probably have lead and zinc and chromium and those types of things.
Were you disappointed that it took 2 tries to get it down?
What was that?
Were you disappointed that it took 2 tries?
You have no idea. You have no idea how disappointing it was. It was a tough call to make in the end, but what ended up making it was 2 major factors. And primary amongst them was the fact that the company responsible for actually dropping the structure was not fully prepared. He had spent, as everybody who's here knows, his allotted time period and well beyond that. And when he came down at the end, basically informed us that he was still not ready to drop the building. So that was the first thing. But the decision was at hand was do